You had the questions and I have the answers. Today's video is a Q&A. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Danica. I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark Canada, Poshmark US mainly, and a full-time flight attendant. So I put a little question box on my Instagram and said, ask me anything. I don't do that very often, but I was just in a silly, goofy mood, I guess. So here are the questions I received, and you guys, you make me laugh. Okay, obviously the first one, the very first one is from my friend Sam, and she goes, "You single?" She knows I'm single, okay? She knows I am painfully single. Yes, I'm single and trying to date slash thinking about deleting the dating apps because everything is garbage. Next question, are your sales on Poshmark Canada up and down as well? Yes, super up and down. Someone who actually made me notice this was Tabs. Her channel is Urban Goddess Shop, and she posted a graph of her closet sales, and you literally see one day it's like here, next day it's here, 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 here. And I'm like, they are literally like turning your closets on and off, because there is no difference in effort really when it comes down to it. I'm putting in about the same amount of effort every day. And yeah, it's crazy. It's like really up and down for me still right now. So just trying to, I haven't curled my hair in a really long time, so I feel like I have to just keep touching it. Okay, favorite part about reselling and least favorite part. Favorite part about reselling, obviously, I would say sourcing, going to the bins. I have so much fun when I go to the bins. It's like the thrill of the hunt for me. I just could be there all day looking through stuff. I'm so excited for the Goodwill bins to open in Calgary, because those actually get rotated, and I could literally just stay there all day and wait for them to rotate the bins over and over and over again. I'm very, very, very excited for those to open. I've gone to the Goodwill bins in Austin, Texas, Portland, and Edmonton. I think that's it. And it's just a different experience. It is so much fun. If you've never done it before and you have access to them like kind of close, I would definitely recommend. When I went to Edmonton, I drove 3 hours there and 3 hours back just to go to the Goodwill outlet, and it was a bad day. I didn't get very much stuff, but it was just worth the experience. I still had fun, and yeah, so definitely my favorite part is sourcing, and also just like the community on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff is just like so fun to me. Do I have any travel hacks, tips from being a flight attendant? That is a good question. I would say, I don't even know what travel advice I have. Maybe just try to chill out. I see so many people get so stressed, and I'm like, at this point, really whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. If we get delayed, I'm totally with everyone. It sucks. Trust me, I am delayed too. Sometimes I miss my flight home, and it sucks for me too. No one who's a paying passenger wants to hear that, because it's that's not the point. I would never be like, well, I miss my flight home too. I'm just like, yeah, I'm right there with you. So just I have missed events. I have missed seeing family. I've missed seeing friends because of things like that. So I totally understand how stressful and frustrating it can be. But if you can just kind of take it as it happens and just try to make the most of it. There's some people that just because they're in a bad mood, they want everyone to be in a bad mood with them, and that's not fun. Just realize that, everyone is in the same situation. I know that doesn't help and it doesn't make anything better, but that's one thing I would suggest, is to just try and just keep yourself as relaxed as possible. I would suggest also packing lighter. I've seen people struggling with their bags all day, and then they look at me I'm like, well, who packed it? I didn't pack your bag. I'm not gonna put it away. I don't want to hurt myself, like putting who knows what, like lifting that over my head. No way. I am not doing that. Just like, okay, let me rephrase. Just know what your limitations are and work with that. If you need assistance, ask for it. And assistance in terms of like mobility, anything like that. If you need help getting to the bathroom, whatever, that's all fine. But when it comes to like carrying heavy bags, things like that, it's not to be rude, I can't injure myself at work. I cannot afford to be on short-term, long-term disability because someone overpacked their bag. Sorry. I don't even know if that answers the question. I'm just like ranting about work. But yeah, bring yourself a book, bring yourself a drink, bring yourself a snack, because all we got is pretzels. And yeah. Okay, are you still liking Whatnot? I am liking Whatnot. I'm finding it hard to schedule it into my life. Like right now, work is kind of crazy. I'm working like 4 days in a row. I have 2-3 days off between trips. So that makes it really hard for me to schedule Whatnot because I need to source for it too. And I don't like having like an overstock, a surplus of inventory in my home. So I will basically source for the Whatnot show day 1, take that day and get as much of it listed as I can. The next day, upload the rest of my show if possible, and then have my show the 3rd day and like try to get all my shipping done before I go back to work. So it's just all a little too chaotic for me. If I was reselling full-time, totally different story. I think I would really be enjoying it a lot more and I would make more time for it. But just since I'm reselling part-time, I'm finding just personally the balance of everything, it's not vibing. I love doing Whatnot. I think it's super fun and I love like just the interactive aspect of it. I mean, obviously that's my jam. I have a YouTube channel. It doesn't bother me to be in front of the camera. It doesn't bother me to, you know, talk to myself or whatever. So I actually do really like live selling. I totally understand that it's not for everyone. Poshmark Canada actually sent me an email, or like there was like the banner on Poshmark today to sign up for beta testing for Poshmark Canada live selling. So I clicked on that so fast and I'm excited. But again, I don't think this like kind of always comes back to this. I don't think you have to do live reselling to be successful in reselling. I think there is a place for it and I think there is a huge demand for live reselling. But I don't think that's the only way that is going to move forward. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram say, well, I don't want to do live reselling, so I guess I'm done reselling. I don't think that needs to be the case. Is it worth my time to do YouTube? Does it pay well? I am not monetized yet. So if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do. I've been working so hard to grow my channel in the last few months. I have like really tried to step up my editing, my thumbnails, my content, my just everything. So I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe to my channel. If you find my content useful, helpful, entertaining, anything, that would be amazing and I would really appreciate it. So I can't tell you because, you know, my roommate from when I was 20 goes, when are you coming to visit me? Look, here's one thing about being a flight attendant. Everyone is always like, when are you coming to see me? When are you coming to see me? When are you coming to see me? I'm exhausted. When I'm not working, I am so tired. If I have a layover in a city where I know people, 50-50 on if I tell them I'm there. 50-50. Okay, no one tell my sister because she will get mad, but I have like literally had layovers where my sister lives and not told her because I'm just like, I just need to go to bed. I just need to sleep. I'm not here, like, it's not like I have like 2-3 day layovers. We have our minimum rest is 10 hours. So if I'm somewhere for 10 hours, I am not telling anyone. I am going straight to bed. If I'm there for like 12 hours, 14 hours, even then, I, you know, like to run errands when I'm on layover because when I'm away at work is when I can actually run errands, and then when I'm home, I don't need to worry about getting groceries. I will literally go do groceries on my layovers. That way when I'm home, I like don't really have to worry about it. It's kind of a weird lifestyle. It's a weird shift. Working shift work is not easy. So that's the other thing is like, okay, yeah, maybe I have a long layover, but if I have to be up at 5 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning to go to work, I need to sleep. So, you know, I will eventually visit, but I'm tired. I'm so tired. Okay, next question. Is your Insta closet name because you're a thrifty stewardess? Yes, that is the name, the, you know, story behind my Instagram handle, which became my, I guess it was my Poshmark handle first, and then I made my Instagram, and then I made my YouTube, and then I made my TikTok, and then, you know, I just thought I would make it all the same name. So I remember when I started reselling, like when I was like brand new, and my Poshmark closet name was just my full name, like just straight up my full name, well, first and last name. And then I was like, ooh, I don't know, that's like kind of like, I don't like the privacy issues with that. Meanwhile, like I have my full address on my shipping labels, but I try not to think about that. I've still been too cheap to buy a PO box. Maybe next year I should do that. But anyway, so I was like, what do I want to make my like handle? What do I want to make my name? And so I kind of brainstormed and I came up with Thrifty Stew, and it kind of just stuck. I've kind of gone back and forth on whether or not having the word thrifty in your handle will like deter people from buying from you, because they know that you're like thrifting secondhand clothes to resell, and there's like still very much a stigma against that. But you know, it is what it is. And also I I meant to say this earlier in the video, but recently, yesterday, I was at work and my coworker goes, this is kind of weird, but are you Thrifty Stew? And I was like, yes. And she's like, oh my God, my mom does Poshmark and she watches you. So Anita, if you're watching, hello, your daughter is a complete peach. And she was right. You know where I work, but I do not advertise the airline I work for. But yeah, anyway, that was so cute. Okay, next question. Do you ever discuss thrifting or reselling with your crew? What do they think? Sometimes I do. If they're like, oh, what are you doing on your layover? Sometimes it depends. I don't know. It depends who it is. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go thrifting, or I mean, usually they just notice that my suitcase is heavier the next day, right? And they're like, oh. And I'm like, I went thrifting. And yeah, it just depends. I have like some flight attendants and pilots like know the whole story of me reselling and having this account and all that. And a lot of my coworkers I just don't share that with, because I don't know. I'm just like I keep my lives like very separate. And yeah, I'm like known for that in my friend group. I just like, I get accused of being very secretive. Okay, next question. Any good Karen stories from work? I should have thought of this before pushing record. I'm sure I have some good Karen stories, but I have repressed them. I just like, my tolerance level is just so high for bad behavior. I can take a lot of, you know, that before it like really gets to me. I think in the moment, obviously it'll like rile me up, but you know, I just go to the back, take a few deep breaths, and I'm like, all right, this is about them, it's not about me. Obviously throughout the pandemic it was really hard to enforce some rules, and yeah, I just would like tell people, this is not my rule. Trust, like, I did not come up with this, you know. I'm just here. It's just my job to, you know, make sure everyone, it's just like a seatbelt. It's just like putting your bag away. If your seatbelt was undone, I would tell you to do that too. So anyway, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've only ever like a passenger has only ever made me cry once. And it was just like people who would refuse to put their baby's car seat in the seat properly, and I was trying to explain to them what, like, there's a strap that comes out of a car seat and they had that wrapped around the seat, and I was like telling them, you can't wrap that there, you have to just like tuck it away somewhere. And they were just being so rude. And like even the pilot came out and was like telling them, which they don't ever do and should not do, but anyway, he was like, okay, so what's the problem here? And I'm like, okay, dude, I literally just told you what the issue was. And yeah, this couple just kept like just being just mean. And yeah, they were like, she won't listen to us, when like it was totally the other way around. And so I had to walk away, and I was like crying a little bit in the back. But yeah, that was the only time. So anyway, those are all the questions I got. Oh, I think those are all the questions I got. There was another question from Birdie saying, when are you coming to Maine? And oh, that's on the list too. Trust me, Maine is on my list. I will make it within the year. Hopefully I will make it to Maine. It's just so, like I said, my schedule right now is just a gong show with work and just personal life stuff going on. I just need to, like, trust me, I need a vacation. Like, I have never needed a vacation more in my life. Like I mentioned in a recent video, my mom passed away in May, and it's just like things had been accumulating since January, and then, you know, that happened in May. My grandma, like my dad's mom, passed away a month later, literally, like almost to the day. And it's just been like a lot, like just a lot compounding. So I need to just like get my head above water, and then hopefully I can start like doing fun stuff again, because I'm still, you know, dealing with a lot of stuff. So I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better. And so yeah, those are all the questions I had. So if you have any more questions, maybe I should start doing that on Instagram more often. It's so fun. It's so funny to me, like, what people wonder. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was so fun for me to answer your questions, and I will see you next time. See ya!